One of my all-time favorite parts of homesteading is being able to make my own herbal medicinals and skincare products. And let me tell you, I have a treat for you. Stay tuned. Good morning, folks. Tomorrow is my favorite non-holiday holiday, 420. So, of course, I'm getting ready to make up some edible goodies, and I thought I just might share the process with you. So, first of all, I measured up 15 grams of flour. I'm getting ready to stick this into the oven at 230 degrees F to decarb for 30 minutes to activate the medicine. I'll be back. So, while that flour is decarbing in the oven and activating the medicine, I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing. So that flour that's in the oven right now is going to be in a butter that I will be activating to make caramel sauce out of. The reason why I need that caramel sauce is because it will be stuffing these. So I'm making medicated caramellos. I'm also going to make medicated chocolate almond bars, and part of that butter is going to go to make cream cheese frosting for the medicated pumpkin chocolate chip whoopie pies that I'm making. So it's going to be awful yummy. Stay tuned. So for the outer shell of those caramello bars and for the chocolate almond bars, I've already pre-made a little mixture that has been medicated in advance of cocoa butter and coconut oil, which is what the big chocolate companies use to get that wonderful taste. And right now I'm putting it into a warm water bath to melt it up. And I'll be making the chocolate portion out of this. Can't wait. Hey folks, so my flour is all decarbed. I'm going to let that cool just a little bit and move on to the next step. I wanted to show you real quick. To that cup and a half of butter that we have here, I am going to be adding 1.5 tablespoons of sunflower lecithin. Now, this is a little trick that not many people know about, but you might want to pay attention, because sunflower lecithin works with the cannabinoids, and it allows our bodies to process them more. And this results in a stronger and longer lasting effect. So now that my flour is cooled enough so that I can break it up, and the sunflower lecithin is well immersed in the butter, I will now take the broken up flour and add it to the butter and sunflower lecithin. Mix it all up and get it ready to infuse. So folks, I don't do it the normal way, I guess. You know, most can of butter recipes ask for water to go in. As far as I'm concerned, that makes it taste a little green. So that's not my method. I am blessed enough so that I have a Levo 2 machine, which actually works amazingly for very, very many projects. But I love to use it to infuse my medicated butters and oils because you don't get that green flavor with it. As you can see, now I have the butters, sunflower lecithin, and my 15 grams of flour all ready to get poured into the Levo. Now, I don't use the little pods that come with Levo for this. I use the French press hack, which is basically French press screens that go down at the bottom of the Levo so you can use more flour or herbs. And most of the time, they say 2.5+ hours. I like to infuse it for at least 3.5. So this is that Levo too that I was telling you about. All right, and there's that French press screen, which does have just a little bit of my sunflower lecithin on it from earlier. And then I'm going to take that butter with the sunflower lecithin and flour. I'm gonna just pour it right in there. We'll set the time and the temperature, and voila, we're gonna have beautiful can of butter. So now that the butter mixture is in there, I'm gonna come down here and get ready to choose our cycle. We are going to infuse. There we go. And the recommended temperature is between 160 and 175. I am actually going to do 170. And the time recommended is for 2.5+ hours, which I'm actually going to change that because I like it to go at least 3.5. I am going to get it ready for 3:33, angel number, and hit start. So, while my butter is infusing and finishing up, I thought that I would take the opportunity to make up the chocolate part of the candy bars, using that cocoa butter, coconut oil, and of course sunflower lecithin medicated oils that I had made up earlier in advance. I'm going to be making 12 candy bars today, and that will take 1.5 cups of this medicated chocolatey smelling oil, and I'll be right back. So I took that 1.5 cups of my can of oil and I put it into my double boiler here while that's heating up over medium-low heat. I thought I would move on to the next steps. So for these 12 bars, this is going to require the oil. It's going to require unsweetened cocoa powder and confectionery sugar. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a sifter or a sieve to put it through and an empty vessel so that you don't get all that gritty clump in your candy bars. So the cocoa powder and the confectionery sugar has been all sifted together. And it's just in time, because when you start to see that glassiness on your medicated oil, it's time to add the dry ingredients a little bit at a time. Just so you know, this is 18 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 18 tablespoons of confectionery sugar, and we're adding it to 1.5 cups of the can of oil to make these delicious medicated bars. So we're adding the cocoa powder and sugar mixture a little bit at a time. Gonna whisk it in. And we'll continue doing this until that dry mixture is all incorporated in. So now that the cocoa powder and the powdered sugar has all been whisked in, I am going to be adding 1 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Just adds the perfect touch to it. So, I transferred this amazing medicated chocolate sauce from my double boiler into my measuring cup. I'm going to use half of this for the chocolate almond bars. The other half is going to be for the layers of chocolate on either side of the caramel sauce that will be made when that butter infusion's done. So now I'm making the chocolate almond bars. I took half of that medicated chocolate sauce and poured it into my bowl. I will be adding crushed almonds to it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you folks. I did not measure these out, and I will just do it until it looks about right. So folks, it took about 1/3 of those almonds. Don't worry, they won't go to waste. I'm sure I've got plenty of future projects for them. Mix them all together up in here, getting ready to put them in the silicone molds for the candy bars. And you just pour it right in, paying special attention to make sure that it is all going in there nice and even. So this is what it looks like when you pour it into the silicone candy bar molds. Just a little tip, make sure that you have something underneath to transfer it to the refrigerator with already. Otherwise, when you try to move it, you're going to lose half of that chocolate bar filling. So into the refrigerator it goes, and when it's set, you get to see the finished product. So my LIFO let me know that the infusion is complete. So here we go. We're going to dispense that beautiful golden liquid. And we'll be making the caramel sauce with it soon. Here we go. The first batch, the chocolate almond bars are all done. Look how pretty those are. Ooh. They're going to taste so good. So folks, what do you think? Would you like to see me finish up those caramel bars? Would you like to see me do some other baked goods? Let me know. Leave a comment. Please, please subscribe, like my videos, and let me know what you'd like to see more of. Have a great day.